You've got 1 week off, you and your partner, and you want to see Italy. Here's the problem nobody tells you. Most couples try to cram in too much, spend half the trip dragging suitcases between train stations, and come home more tired than when they left. So I built the opposite. This is a 7-day Italy itinerary designed for busy couples, the kind with real jobs and limited vacation days, that hits the 3 greatest cities in the country: Rome, Florence, and Venice. No rental car, no wasted days. Just the best of each, connected by a 90-mile-an-hour train, with every hotel and every must-do already chosen for you. By the end of this video, you'll have a plan you could book tonight. And stay with me, because right in the middle, I'm going to show you the single most common mistake that quietly ruins a first trip to Italy, and how this plan is built to avoid it. Let me tell you who this is for, and the thinking behind it. This is for the couple that wants Italy to feel romantic and effortless, not like a forced march. So the whole plan runs on 3 rules. Rule 1. 3 cities, not 7. You get Rome, Florence, and Venice. Ancient history, Renaissance art, and a city floating on water. 3 completely different experiences. And you never feel rushed because you're not chasing a 4th. Rule 2. No car, ever. Italy's high-speed trains connect these 3 cities, center to center, in under 2 hours each, so you step off the train and you're already there. Driving is stressful, parking is a nightmare, and you simply don't need it. And Rule 3, book the big things before you go. The couples who have a bad time in Italy are almost always the ones standing in a 3-hour line in the sun. We're going to skip every one of those lines. Here's how the week breaks down. 2 nights in Rome, 2 in Florence, 2 in Venice, and a relaxed 7th day to fly home. Let's walk through it day by day. Day 1. You land in Rome. And the most important thing I can tell you about day 1 is, do almost nothing. You've just flown across an ocean. Drop your bags, take a shower, and let Rome ease you in gently. For where to stay, my pick for couples is Portrait Roma, an intimate, beautiful suite hotel a few steps from the Spanish Steps and the Trevi Fountain that feels like staying in a stylish friend's apartment in the best part of the city. If you want the same neighborhood for less, Hotel Artemide is a smart, well-run choice that punches above its price. Either way, stay in the historic center, so everything is a walk away. For your first evening, don't plan anything ambitious. Stroll across the river to Trastevere, cobblestone lanes, little trattorias spilling onto the streets, and just have a long, slow dinner with a bottle of wine. That's the whole agenda. Welcome to Italy. Day 2 is your big Rome day, and this is where booking ahead pays off. Start early at the Colosseum and the Roman Forum, and book a skip-the-line tour in advance, ideally one that gets you in before the crowds. Standing inside the Colosseum in the morning light, before it fills up, is one of those moments you'll remember. From there, it's a short walk through the Forum, where the whole ancient city spreads out in front of you. In the afternoon, head to the Vatican, the museums and the Sistine Chapel. And again, a pre-booked early access or skip-the-line ticket is the difference between a magical experience and 3 hours of your life you'll never get back. By evening, you've earned a treat. Walk to the Trevi Fountain, throw in your coin, then find a rooftop for an Aperol spritz as the city turns gold. 2 days is not enough to see all of Rome. Nothing is, but it's exactly enough to fall in love with it. Day 3, and here's where the effortless part really kicks in. After breakfast, you take a quick taxi to Roma Termini station, step onto a high-speed Frecciarossa train, and 90 minutes later, you're in Florence. No airport, no security line, no rental car, just espresso and the Tuscan countryside sliding by the window. Book your train tickets in advance for the best fares. I'll put a link below. You'll arrive right in the center, drop your bags, and the city is immediately yours on foot, because Florence is small and walkable in a way Rome is not. For your hotel, the romantic splurge is Portrait Firenze. Same lovely group as in Rome, with rooms looking straight out over the Arno and the Ponte Vecchio. For something more intimate and easier on the wallet, Soprano Suites in the Oltrarno is full of character. Spend your first Florence afternoon gently. See the Duomo from the outside. That dome is staggering up close. Wander to the Ponte Vecchio and have an aperitivo as the sun goes down. Now, before we get to your Florence day and on to Venice, this is the mistake I promised you. And it's the one that quietly ruins more first trips to Italy than anything else. It's not overspending. It's trying to see too much. I see couples take this exact 7 days and try to bolt on the Amalfi Coast, or Cinque Terre, or a day in Pisa, or Lake Como. And what happens is they turn a romantic trip into a logistics project. They spend the week packing and unpacking, sitting on regional trains, and arriving everywhere a little frazzled. Italy is not going anywhere. You will come back. The single best decision you can make for this trip is to do less and do it well. The second part of the mistake is smaller, but just as painful. Not booking your timed entry tickets, the Colosseum, the Vatican, the Uffizi, before you leave home. In peak season, they sell out, and the walk-up lines can eat an entire morning. Book them the day you book your flights. Do those two things. Resist the urge to add a fourth stop and pre-book the big sites, and you've avoided 90% of what goes wrong. Okay, back to Florence. Day 4 is Florence proper, and you have a lovely choice to make. Option 1. Stay in the city for the art. Book skip-the-line tickets for the Uffizi Gallery, some of the most famous paintings on Earth, and the Accademia, where Michelangelo's David is genuinely breathtaking in person, far more than any photo prepares you for. That's a perfect unhurried day. Option 2, and my pick if you've already had your fill of museums. Get out into Tuscany. A small group wine tour into the Chianti Hills, rolling vineyards, a long lunch, a couple of family wineries, is one of the most romantic days you can have in Italy, and it's an easy half or full day trip with pickup from the city. Whichever you choose, end the day the same way. Walk or taxi up to Piazzale Michelangelo at sunset for the postcard view of Florence with the Duomo glowing in the distance. Bring a bottle. Everyone else will be doing the same, and it's wonderful. Day 5. One more easy train, and the most dramatic arrival in travel. You'll take a Frecciarossa from Florence to Venice in about 2 hours. Again, center to center. But here's the magic. When you walk out of the Venice train station, there are no cars. None. Instead, the Grand Canal is right there, and you step onto a water taxi or a vaporetto and glide to your hotel past 500 years of palaces. It's the kind of arrival that makes you grab your partner's arm. For where to stay if you're going to splurge anywhere on this trip, do it here. The Gritty Palace, right on the Grand Canal, is as romantic as hotels get. For a beautiful step down, look at a Grand Canal boutique like Hotel Canal Grande, or the design-forward Il Palazzo Experimental over in the quieter Dorsoduro district. Spend your first evening doing the best thing in Venice, which is getting deliberately lost. Wander the back lanes away from the crowds, find a tiny bar, and have cicchetti, Venice's little snacks, with a glass of wine. Day 6 is your full Venice day. Go early to St. Mark's Square before the day trippers arrive. It's a different, quieter, more beautiful place at 9 in the morning. Book skip-the-line entry for St. Mark's Basilica and the Doge's Palace next door. The golden mosaics inside the basilica are unforgettable. Then, yes, take the gondola. I know it's touristy. I know it's expensive. Do it anyway. It's 20 minutes gliding through silent back canals with your person, and nobody regrets it. If you'd rather, a small private boat tour gives you the same magic with more time and more of the lagoon. In the afternoon, if you want to escape the crowds, hop a vaporetto out to the islands, Murano for glass, Burano for its absurdly colorful houses. And then close the trip the way you should. A spritz on a quiet canal at golden hour, watching the light go pink on the water. Day 7 is your buffer, and I build one into every trip on purpose. Don't book an early, white-knuckle flight that forces you to sprint out the door. Have a slow breakfast. Take one last walk. Buy the thing you've been thinking about since day 2. Then make your way to the airport. Venice's is a short water taxi or bus ride, and fly home unhurried. A trip should end with a deep breath, not a panic. And one practical tip on those flights. This is exactly the kind of trip where a good travel rewards credit card earns its keep. The right card can cover a big chunk of your transatlantic airfare in points, and the better ones throw in travel insurance and lounge access on top. If you don't have one yet, set it up a few months before you book. I'll link the ones worth looking at below. Quick splurge versus skip, because that's what this channel is about. Splurge on one great hotel. If you only upgrade once, do it in Venice. The skip the line tours, they're not where you save money. And one really nice dinner per city. Skip the rental car completely. The fourth and fifth cities. And the tourist trap restaurants right next to the big sites. Walk 5 minutes in any direction, and both the food and the prices get better. The goal isn't to spend the most. It's to spend on the handful of things that actually make the trip and quietly skip the rest. So that's your week. 2 nights in Rome for the ancient world, 2 in Florence for the Renaissance and the Tuscan hills, 2 in Venice for that floating dreamscape, and a calm 7th day to come home. 3 cities, 1 fast train, 0 rental cars, and every hotel and every big-ticket site chosen and booked before you leave. Everything I mentioned, the hotels, the skip-the-line tours, the trains, and the travel cards, is linked in the description in order, so you can build this tonight. If this took the overwhelm out of planning Italy, subscribe. I make one of these every week for busy couples who want the right plan, not 100 browser tabs. And tell me in the comments, Rome, Florence, or Venice? Which one are you most excited for? I'll see you in the next one.